Today's workout's going to focus more on flexibility and mobility. We are going to have a little core work in it, but what we're going to need is an arc barrel and a yoga strap. Now I know a lot of you don't have a yoga strap and nobody has this, so here is what you can do. Take 2 firm pillows, put them in the same pillowcase, okay? If you notice, it's about the same height as the barrel here. But when you push it down, it's going to be almost identical. This is going to be a lot softer than this, and so your traction that the barrel provides is going to be less when you actually use the pillows. But it will work, and it's way better than nothing. For today's purpose, I'm going to use the arc barrel though, okay? So I'm going to get rid of this. If you don't have a yoga strap, that's fine. Just use a belt or a tie, any piece of cloth, maybe even a long beach towel, that will work as well, okay? So we're going to warm up just a little bit here, sitting down in front of the barrel. Make sure your bolster or your barrel or even your Bozu will work isn't on a slippery surface, okay? The closer it is to your tush, the bigger the extension. So if you have sinus issues or you're on medication that's making you dizzy, you don't want to go all the way back. If you also have neck issues, don't want to go all the way back. So move your bolster out so that it hits you more in the mid to upper back, okay? So I'm going to put it about right here, arms out in front, tuck your tailbone, go into the C curve, spinal flexion, circle your arms over, drop your chin, exhale, curl forward, and again, go back, and reach, open, exhale, press forward, and tuck. You can go as far back as you're comfortable, but you should never feel your head on the back of your neck, making sure that you feel even weight on your hips. Exhale. Now we're going to reverse the arms. It doesn't really make any difference which way you started the arms, because you're going to do both anyway. However, the version where your arms drop first, circle up over your head, elbows stay in line with your ears, and exhale, round forward, that is the harder version. This is just getting some mobility in the upper back and the shoulder girdle. And last time. Let's get a little core in. Hands behind your head. And you're going to probably balance this again. The farther the barrel is to your tush, the bigger your stretch, the harder this is going to be. If you need to kind of back off, move the barrel or the bolster up on your body. Okay? I'm going to start about right here, right around the bottom of the ribs. Starting off in your neutral, compress your abs, curl up and what? Release. Elbows stay open. Head is relaxed in the hands. You're compressing your abs, and that is causing you to lift up. And 8, 2 more for 10. Last time. Simply hang over and stretch out. Circle the arms. We're going to come up over onto our bellies. Okay? You're going to put your pelvis right on top of the apex of your bolster, Bozu, barrel. And you're going to let your knees drop and just dangle over, arms down by your side. Now, you just relax here for a minute and give yourself a little traction, okay? If you want fingernails to your forehead and just hang out. Now we're going to prepare for movement, so pull your tummy in tight. Your pubic bone should press down into your bolster, and a little bit of that pressure should be taken off your belly, okay? You're going to engage the right glute, fire the right hamstring. I do know I'm using my left. And you're gonna reach. I'm just using the one closest to the camera. Release down. Keep that tummy tight, engage the glute, fire the hamstring, reach. You are going to alternate. And reach. You want to keep your tummy tight so that you're not walking the pelvis. Reach. Again, reach. You may rest your forehead right on the mat. I'm keeping my head lifted so you can hear me. Shoulders back and down, tummy tight, pubic bone down. And reach. Now we're going to add more of a leg extension. Reach. Engage the glute, the back of the leg. Lift the foot up as high as you can keep the pelvis from moving. Bring it back down. Again, other side. Engage, reach, lift, down and in. Switch. Engage, reach, lift. Keep the tummy tight. Engage, reach, lift. Two more each side. Engage, reach, lift. Really reach that leg to the wall behind you. Last time each side. Keep the tummy tight. Otherwise, you're going to press on the vagus nerve and get really nauseous or hungry. Rise up onto all fours. Ground out the back. Go back and sit on your heels. This will stretch out your lower back. Walk your hands over to the right. Stick out your left hip. Walk your hands over to the left. Stick out your right hip. Come back to center, hands on top of your bolster. Now, the bolster might move. So if you need to, you can completely get rid of it. Okay? Sitting in a nice quadruped position on all fours, you're going to really open up those knees. Make sure the feet stay in line with the knees. Nice flat back. Now, you're just going to let everything hang out. Don't grab your tummy. Don't engage your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your deep pelvic muscles, because we are actually going to be stretching out those deep pelvic muscles. So, you're just going to go nice, stick your tail feather out, go back, hinge at the hips, and go back. And slide forward. Again, slide back. And come forward. And slide back. Really engage your shoulders. Now slide the shoulder blades down, hinge forward, and come back. I like to try to tell people when you're doing this, try to close your eyes and see when you go back, are you going down crooked? Okay? It'll be a very, very slight feeling. And up one more time. And if you find one hip is going back first, like if you're twisting and your left hip goes back and then you're like, oh, I gotta push my right hip back. Then the next rep you do, make sure you're pushing back with the dragging hip. So the hip that's not doing all the work. Okay, so now we're gonna bring our feet together, go more into a frog position, same thing. So we're gonna do a lat pull by pulling our shoulder blades down and pushing the pelvis forward, and then pushing our palms into the barrel to go back and sit on the heels. And pull our palms towards us to bring the torso forward. Push our palms away from us to set the hips down. Okay, again, this is stretching out deep pelvic muscles. Having weak deep pelvic muscles and having overly strong gripped deep pelvic muscles can produce the same symptoms. And last time. And back. Okay, we're going to sit mermaid style next to your bolster. Okay? You're going to sit at the front end here, so don't be sitting in the middle because you need this. All right? So we're going to sit right here. Hands going to be on top or in front. Arms going to come up. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you to sit this way, get in a position that is comfortable because this is more upper torso, okay? Arm is up in the air. Keep the rib cage lifted, but don't stick it out. Rotate, and as you spiral, use your bolster kind of to push against it so that you kind of get into that rotation more. Exhale, both hands on the bolster and rotate. We've done this before. Stay nice and tall. Don't arch your back. Keep seated in the hips. And come back. If you really, really want to sit in this position, but it is uncomfortable, and you can't find another comfortable position, you can actually take the hip closest to the bolster and sit on a book, sit on another pillow, sit on a yoga block. That'll help lift you up and give you some relief. We're going to add to it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back to the center. You're going to keep your chest lifted as you lower your chest to the ground by bending your elbows. Inhale, lift the chest. Okay? And rotate. Back to the center. And if you want to venture on, lower. Keep the chest lifted and up. Otherwise, just hang out here for a minute. Let's add on to this. Rotate. Back to the center. When you lower, this time engage your inner thigh and your outer thigh and lift the feet up off the ground and come up. Again and rotate. Back to the side. And come down. And up. If you'd like to venture on, we're going to continue to add on here. Back to the center. Rotate down. Hold it up here. Extend the leg. Bend the knee. Inhale. Lift that chest. And again, rotate. 2, 3, 4. And back. 2, 3, 4. Come down. Extend the leg. Bend. Reach on up. Holding it here. Let's go to the other side. You can simply move over to the bolster to the other side or completely turn around. Okay. Sitting mermaid style, or a position that's comfortable for you. If you'd like to sit mermaid style, you can sit on a book, put a yoga block there, or another pillow. Hand goes in front, other arm here, sit back in the hips, lift the chest. Make sure you're lifting the chest to the ceiling, not sticking it out forward. Rotate, 2, 3, 4. Back to the center. And inhale, reach. 2, 3, 4. Back to the center. Keep this hip relaxed and keep rotating. This might be where you live for the whole exercise, and that's absolutely fine. Stay nice and tall. And back to the center. If you would like to add on, we're going to add in the little mini push-up, keeping the chest lifted and up. Again, rotate, 2, 3, 4. Back to the center and come down. And up. If you'd like to venture on, let's add in the leg lifts. Back to the center and down and up. Again and rotate. Back to the center, nice and tall. Down, lift those feet and up. Again, more additions if you wish. We're going to extend the leg this time. And come down, extend the leg, bend the knee, lift the chest, and rotate. Back to the center. Come down, extend the leg, bend the knee, and up. Excellent. We're going to lie down sideways now. Here's where you're going to need to be in the front of the bolster, okay? You're going to just do a nice little sideline. It's called sideline breathing. We can all do that, right? So reaching this arm long, if you want to increase the intensity, extend the top leg. Ankle lines up with the ear. Hand lines up with the ear. So you have one nice long line from your fingers to your tippy toes, okay? And go over the bolster. Take a big inhale, keeping everything nice in alignment, keeping the tummy tight. Take a big inhale. Stretch out those ribs. Exhale, reach the arm and the foot in opposite directions. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that tummy in tight. One more time. And exhale. You may relax the leg. Take the arm up to the ceiling and rotate the body so that it's like you're rolling over in bed. Now hold it here. You may do what I call the parade wave if you wish. You do not have to. Okay? And up, compress the abs and close. Okay? Arm should actually be here. All right, you may do it again. Open and rotate. Now, if your head isn't touching and you're having a hard time with the neck, you can put your hand here to support your head. That's absolutely fine. And rotate. And parade wave. This should feel really good on the arm side. Arm here, compress, and close. Let's go to the other side. Again, sitting in front. The front edge of your bolster. Just going to walk. Slide yourself down. Whatever position you got into last time is fine. Reach that foot long. Reach that arm long in the opposite direction. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Compress those abs. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Again, last time. And exhale. Soften the leg. Arm out in front, reach it to the ceiling and rotate open. Again, you may use your hand if you wish. We don't want to feel the head on the back of the neck. So you can scoot yourself down on the bolster or simply support your head. Arm comes up, compress your abs and close. And again, reach up, rotate open, keep that tummy tight and parade wave. 1 and down. And reach. And reach. Arm comes here. Reach up. Exhale. And close. Come on up to sitting. Okay. You're going to sit on top of your bolster. Okay. Legs are going to be out in front of you and straight. If this is bothersome on your knees, you can put your feet on the ground. That's absolutely fine too, okay? Matter of fact, it might be preferred. I'm a knee patient, so things aren't going too well for me right now, so I'm gonna keep my feet right here, slightly bent. Arms out to the side. We're doing saw. Nice and tall, neck, you're in nice alignment here. Ribs are in, shoulders are back and down, neck is tall. Rotate the rib cage. Flip the back thumb down. You're going to take your pinky finger, try to saw off your opposite pinky toe by pulling your tummy in and going into a candy cane position. Make sure your shoulders aren't up here. They are down and reach. If you really want to go full tilt boogie, then straighten out those legs and round forward. Inhale, sit straight up, back to the center. Rotate. Flip the back thumb. Exhale, pull the tummy in, round forward. Get a nice stretch on the side of your back. Shoulders down. Inhale up, back to the center. And rotate. Flip the thumb. Exhale, round forward and reach. Inhale up, back to the center. Rotate. Flip the thumb. Exhale, round forward. Inhale up, back to the center. One more time each side at your own pace. Flip the thumb. And we should be finishing up about now. And up. When you're finished with that, we're going to bring our feet, ankles, knees, and hips in line. We're going to sit just in front of the apex of your bolster, arms out in front of you. You're going to lean back slightly to get off that tailbone, tuck the pelvis backwards, and then go into spinal flexion. But make sure you take your shoulders with you. Okay? Lift your arms up. We're going to twist to the right, to the center, to the left, to the center. Exhale, pull the tummy in. Go forward, shoulders back, sit straight up. We're going to do it again. This time start from the opposite side first. Lean, tuck that tailbone, roll back into spinal flexion, reach the arms up, rotate to the left, to the center, to the right, to the center, exhale, dive forward, pull the shoulders back, sit straight up. Do it again, lean, tuck the pelvis, roll back into spinal flexion, reach the arms to the ceiling, rotate to the right, to the center, exhale to the left, to the center, and exhale, dive forward, shoulders back, sit straight up. Last time, lean back, tuck that tailbone posteriorly, roll back into spinal flexion. You're in the C curve, hold it as you reach your arms up, rotate to the left, to the center, to the right, to the center, exhale, round forward, inhale, sit straight up. We're gonna slide down our bolster, scoot it on back, okay? Grab your belt, your rope, your yoga strap. Use your barrel as a little pillow here, and take your yoga strap and put your foot right in here, okay? If you want to just concentrate on the hamstrings, put the strap around your arch. If you want to stretch more into the calf area, put this around your toe, but be mindful of the fact that all your connection points are right here at the knee. So if you have knee issues, you're going to want to put that closer to your heel than anything, okay? So just be mindful of that. Pick your poison, folks. All right, so you're going to find your neutral, okay? If you need to make this easier, keep your other leg in the bent position. Otherwise, you may straighten it out. It helps keep you in neutral. And we're going to do our modified tree. So pull it towards you. As you hold here, you're going to push the hip, this part right here, down into the floor and away from you. So push it away and push it down. And hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax the hip. Pull it a little closer to you. Please do not lock your knee. So hold here, push your hip down and into the floor. That should create some tension to hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. Okay, do 2 on your own as a feel good. Okay. And pull it toward. When you're finished with that, we're going to bend the knee, put the knee right to the armpit. Okay? Now you're going to take this foot out like you're getting ready to stick your big toe in your neighbor's ear. Okay? Stretch that leg out, being mindful of neutral spine and keeping that hip pushed down to your opposite toe. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And your hip down into the ground. Okay? And hold. Hold that position. And relax. Pull the foot a little closer to your neighbor's ear and push the hip down and away from the body. And relax. Cross over the midline and push your hip down into the floor to get a nice stretch here. Now you've all done this before. Take your big toe, drop it to the floor and get a nice stretch on the outside of your calf. Okay? Relax everything, bring it back in. Let's do the other leg. Wherever you put the band before, on the opposite leg, you're going to do that here too. Okay? So hold it. Create some tension. You're going to go up as high as you can maintain your neutral. Now push the hip down and away from the body. Okay? That's going to create a little tension. Now relax that and pull the leg a little closer to its new natural stopping point. Push the hip down and away from the body. Nice and gentle, work within your range. So we want to go to the point of discomfort, not pain, but you do not want to pass it. Relax. You get a couple more to do at your own pace. And again, final one. Relax. Now, pull your knee to your armpit, okay? You're going to take that foot, drive that toe up into the upper corner and hold. Now again, push the hip down and away from the body. Hold. 7, 8. Relax and do it again. And relax the tension. Bring it cross over the body. Push the hip down into the mat. So right now when you pull the leg over the body, the hips are twisted. You're going to try to push that hip down to untwist the hips, and you'll feel a stretch on the side of the leg. Hold that. Now take your big toe and pull it to the floor to get a nice stretch in the outside of the calf. Relax. All right, go ahead and come on off of here. All right, we're going to put our strap away for now. Okay. We're going to get some core back work in. Okay. So we're going to go back down onto the bolster. We're going to go into a supported plank position. Okay. Belly up, pubic bone down, shoulders back and down. Lift the legs up to even out the apex. Exhale and down. Inhale, squeeze, lift, and down. Squeeze, lift. You can put your hands in karate chop. You can put them flat. You can do candlesticks for those cheerleaders. You know what I'm talking about. Down, keep that tummy tight. You're only lifting the legs up to meet the apex. So don't go wild. Open, lower, together, lift. We're doing circles. Notice the torso is nice and still. It's not wobbling all over the place. You've got to keep control over the core. We're going to reverse this. Lower your legs down. Open, lift, together. Down, open, lift, together. Down, open, lift, together. Last time. Hang forward. I like to go side to side on this. It just feels good. Okay, we're going to come back up. All right, hands are going to be on the mat, legs apart, rotated outward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, squeeze the legs. You're going to lift them. To demonstrate what I'm doing, I'm going to go up under my fingers. Okay, I'm going to squeeze and lift my legs to the ceiling. That's going to cause me to dive forward. Then I'm going to use my palms to push myself back up. Okay? Squeeze my legs to lift forward. And up. So it's not a flop and drop. So it's not just a drop and lift. Okay? It is a nice control for working the entire back of the body. And push up. Last time. And up. Hang forward. Come on up onto all fours. And again, we're going to round out in the back. Go back and sit on your heels. Come back up. Feet are open, knees and hips open. Knees and feet open hip distance apart, nice and flat back. Stretch out. Push away from the palms. Now pull the palms towards you and go forward. Belly, back, tush, deep pelvic muscles are relaxed. The only thing working right now are your lats. So push your armpits down to your hips. Okay, and come up. Excellent. Okay, we're going to sit on our bolster now. Okay, we're going to lie down and get in this position. Okay, hold up here. So you should be into a nice, almost forced imprinted position. Okay, so you're going to hold it here, press your legs out, bring it in, and out, bring it in. So wherever you need the most help, like if you need help pulling your legs back in, or you need help maintaining your imprint while you're in this position, that's where you exhale. Okay, we're going to take it out and a whole flutter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2. Keep going. You may lower your legs down as far as you can maintain this imprint. 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, neck is long and relaxed, exhale, 2, 4, last set, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, knees in. Okay, staying in your imprinted position, ribs are pressed down into the mat, drop your knees over to the right, drop it over to the left, drop it over to the right, drop it over to the left, drop it over to the right, and hold. Keeping your knees bent, top leg. Your hip is going to lengthen to tap the toe onto the floor. Pull the knees up. So you're hiked over onto the right hip, keeping your knees bent, tap the left leg to the floor. And 4. Now tap the bottom leg to the floor. And if the bolster is bothering you, you may take it out and do this with no bolster, barrel, or bozu. Now pull your knees in, we're going to the other side. Same thing, top leg, which should be your right, taps to the floor, keep